Hi, everybody, and welcome to Charger 360, telling the stories of the University of New Haven. I'm J.W. Stewart, along with Bruce Barber. Bruce, how you doing?
I'm doing better this episode, JW, because we had a real hair incident in the last taping. I had something going off the side here, and thank you to Paul Falcone for pointing that out. And now I'm camera ready. And what a great guest we have today.
We do. It was a hair-raising episode last week, or last time out.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, you look like $1 million.
Thank you.
Yep, and I'm glad that's worked, because that became a meme, actually, I think.
Wow,
I saw that online.
I was concerned about it was going to go viral.
Let's meet our guest today. Lisa Wrubleski is here with us on Charger 360. Lisa is the Director of Development Planned and Major Gifts here at the University of New Haven. Lisa, it's great to see you, and welcome to Charger 360.
It's great to see you. I'm a little worried about how my hair looks. I hope it's
Your
okay.
hair looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. More importantly, how's mine look today?
Yours was perfect. From this angle, it's perfect.
We don't want to meme that, do we, JJ?
No, we do not.
No.
We'll get Bruce's hair care tips later in the show. For now, we're going to focus on Lisa and say, Lisa, tell us a little bit about your background and your path to working here at the University of New Haven.
So I have worked for nonprofits for a very long time. I worked for the American Lung Association and Connecticut Public Broadcasting. And it was very interesting because, I was going through life. I had met someone who actually had this position before me. And every time I'd bump into him, I said, when you retire, keep me in mind. And sure enough, when he retired, he gave me a call, and the rest is history. So I've been here. Next week will be my 2-year anniversary.
And you have a daughter who's a freshman.
She is. My daughter, Madison, she's a criminal justice major here.
And what she thinks so far?
She loves
what's
it.
the takeaway?
She really loves it, and I love it for her. It's interesting to work here, but it's also interesting to be a parent because you see things that you might not normally see, and it's just absolutely, she's getting such a great experience. The faculty, our faculty really care about our students.
Yeah.
So great to see, and so many opportunities, and preparing her even as a freshman for her eventual to leave here and go on and be successful. We do such a great job here. Really.
Is she living on campus or is she living at home?
She is. She's living on campus.
Getting the full college experience.
She is.
And listen to this. She's going to our Prato, Italy program, and guess who's going along?
I'm going to go with her. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can do the whole semester there. I'm going to have to talk to my boss about that. I'd love to do some fundraising over there, but yeah, she's going next spring, and we're planning to go over during spring break and see her. I've never been to Italy. I'm half Italian, and it'd be great to be able to go over, and everything I hear about the Prato campus and what we do for our students there is incredible. So it's a great opportunity for her.
I'm telling you, at some point we're going to take the show on the road to Prato, right?
Oh,
Do we have that in the budget here?
Yes, chef's kiss.
I'll go too.
Bellissimo. I love that idea.
Yeah.
So Lisa, as the Director of Development Planned and Major Gifts, what are your job responsibilities?
So on the major gift side, I like to think of myself almost as a philanthropic matchmaker. So I work with our donors to find the perfect giving opportunity, something that really speaks to them, something that aligns with their interests, that will benefit the school, and that could be a scholarship, program support, purchasing a piece of equipment. But it's a great feeling when the donor is thrilled with the opportunity that you presented. And then the other half of my position is working with planned giving. And planned giving is really when someone steps forward, a donor, and decides to include the university in their estate plans.
And that's what we're here to talk about today, is specifically that. And this is a topic that is scary to a lot of people. It's a real heavy, serious topic.
It is.
But I want you to give our viewers an idea, if they don't know, what is estate planning and why is it so important?
So estate planning is at whatever point you are in your life, and I'm a big advocate because we just don't have, a lot of people don't make their estate plans. Only 24% of Americans have a plan in place. So whatever point you are in your life, you should have an estate plan. So once you've gotten that first real job, when you graduated from college, you have assets that may not necessarily be a home yet, but you have a car, or you have a 401k plan, or a life insurance policy, or special jewelry that maybe a grandparent gave you. So those assets, should you pass away, there needs to be direction. And the unfortunate part is if you pass away and you don't have an estate plan, then the courts decide where things go.
Wow.
And that can get kind of messy.
Yes, I've told my children I plan to spend all of it before.
You can't take it with you.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So you don't need an estate plan.
No, I really don't. But it's that number, only 24%
absolutely.
actually do that.
Exactly, and there's a lot of kind of obstacles why people don't. I mean, first of all, like JW said, people are a little uncomfortable with it. I mean, to talk about your own eventual demise is not a comfortable thing, but it's so important to think about the things that are important to you and who and where you'd like them to end up. There's a cost factor involved too. Here in Connecticut, even for a simple will, it can be a couple of $1,000s. So for those that are procrastinators, uncomfortable with it, not really understanding the law or not trusting of the law, they might not go ahead and do that, and it puts you in a bad spot. The other thing that you can do in an estate plan is power of attorney, which is so important. As if you should become incapacitated, you need to have somebody who you trust that will have your best interests at heart, and that's something you can definitely designate in your estate plan.
So I can tell you from personal experience, an estate plan is so important. My mom just passed away at the end of January. To her credit and to my father's credit, they had thought about this years ago. And so they always had these conversations with me and my two sisters. We never wanted to have the conversation, but nope, they had to say, this is the envelope you open when the inevitable happens, and this is who you have to contact.
Right.
And this is what we want to do when we're gone. And as kids, you don't think about that. You don't think about losing your parents, but it's going to happen at some point in time. So credit to my parents for having this planned out, their estate plan planned out. How about you? Do you, as we mentioned, you have a daughter. Do you and your husband have an estate plan? Do you have a will?
We do. And actually we have, we just recently partnered here at the university with a company called FreeWill. And what this does is it gives our university community the opportunity to go to our website, and we'll put the link up for everyone. But they can go to the website, and in your convenience of your own home, in about 20 minutes, it will intuitively, simply walk you through creating that will online. And that's what I chose to do. Is I used FreeWill, and in 20 minutes, I was able to have that will done. At any point, I can go back in and change it. I can add to it, which is wonderful. And as you go through life and you get married, you have children, you buy a home, you want to update your will. So this is what we chose to do, and it's great. And like I said, it's a benefit to anyone in our university community, whether they be staff, faculty, alumni, parents, donors, current students, all have the ability to go online and do this. So it's a really simple process.
I'm a 24%er.
You are,
we have
Bruce.
Yes, I know. So yes, that's terrific. And let me ask you this question, because I've been discussing it with my wife, that we need to do this. How do you go about finding, is it an estate planner? Is an estate planner the same thing as a wealth management person?
So the majority of people end up with an estate attorney who will write up your will, and they'll give you a list of things to think about. Do you own this? Do you have this? Where is that? There's so many different things that you have to consider when you go, such as digital assets, which is something that we didn't think about that 100 years ago or 10 years ago even. But digital assets, that's your social media accounts. If you own cryptocurrency, any of if you own a website link. I mean, there's a lot to think about. So a good estate attorney, very similar to what FreeWill does, is they'll walk you through all that. You write it all down, and then they create the will from there.
So good to know, because I don't know if I've disclosed this to you, J-Dub, but I'm a crypto bro.
You are.
Yes.
So how much is your net worth then?
Yeah, not much. I'm just the bro part, because I like the bros.
Yeah.
So there really isn't much to leave to your
No,
kids.
they're
Then.
No.
Really, I got one Melania coin.
Yeah.
I thought this was interesting. You can even include pets
Well,
in
absolutely.
your estate plan?
Well, because we adore our pets, they're a member of our family, and what will happen to them? I mean, we want to make sure that they end up going somewhere, and hopefully you've done your due diligence, and if you want it to go to your sister, you've said, hey, listen, can you take Fido? But it's an important thing. Where will the dog or the cat or whatever pet you have go? So yes, it's very easy, included in your estate plan. And then if you choose to do it through FreeWill, all you really have to do is print it off and have it notarized, and it becomes a valid document here in Connecticut.
Wow.
So
Yep. Valid legal document. And how young can people be to do this? I mean, some of the people that you've talked to, like what's the youngest you've seen do a will?
we recently actually had here at the university, we had a 21-year-old who stepped forward, and you can be obviously of any age. I would say 18 probably would be the minimum, because you become an adult and you're making those decisions. But when you have something that is of worth, you just want it directed, it also saves a lot of family fighting. Especially when you have multiple siblings and things like that. Well, that was Mom told me I could have that, or Dad said that was mine, and if it's in a will, it's done.
And I think it's such a good point. And I'm always talking about how quickly technology has advanced in our lifetime. And I think one of our big challenges now is keeping up with how fast technology is moving. So I'm just thinking about it now, you having mentioned it, social media accounts. Apple now has a feature where you can designate someone to get your Apple, your Apple ID can be shared with a family member. But that is obviously just so important and something that our generation didn't even have to think of.
What about photos? I mean, how many I have tens of thousands of photos, to put that somewhere, that account with a password, and what should happen to that. I mean, there is a lot to think about. So, it's important. It's, like I said, it's not something everybody wants to talk about, but it is important. And here at the university, we're very fortunate. We have a number of individuals who have stepped forward and have included us in their estate plan, and we recognize them in the LSC Maxey Legacy Society. And if you're on campus, you can go over to Maxey Hall, and on the second floor, right at the top of the stairs, is a great display with all of their names. So just for those that have already committed.
We were talking about pets a moment ago. You have a dog who actually helps you cook.
He does. He is my constant shadow. He was before COVID, and then when we were, on lockdown, even more so. But he follows me everywhere. He loves cooking with me. I call him my sous chef because he actually helps clean up the floor afterwards.
Very good of him.
Yeah. So, and if as long as it's something that is okay for him to eat and it's not going to poison him, I always let him have a little taste.
What's his name?
Choco.
Chaco.
Chaco.
No mop needed when
No.
Chaco is around.
It's actually very similar when my wife is cooking.
He's amazing.
Chaco's a kindred.
Yeah, he's wonderful. Yeah, he's great.
So great.
Hey, real quick, Lisa, before we let you get out of here, again, thanks for your time, but how can someone make a donation to UNH, whether it's a small gift or a major gift, or include UNH as part of their estate plan?
So there's lots of ways you can do that. I mean, the easiest way is just to go to our website. We have a give button, donate there. You can go there and do that. You can send a check to the university, to our advancement office. You can give us a call, give us our advancement office a call. You can do that over the phone. There's a lot of ways you can do that. And if you decide you're interested in making a gift through your estate plans, you can go to our website. I'm happy to talk to anybody who might be interested in doing so.
Lisa Wrubleski, our Director of Development, Planned, and Major Gifts here at the University of New Haven. Lisa, thanks for being on Charger 360.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
This has been fascinating.
Yeah, it's been, what's normally a really heavy, serious topic. I think
Yeah.
we've, number one, we've done its due diligence and paid it with the respect it deserves. But number two, you can actually, have some fun and joke around about it. Don't be part of the 24%ers, Bruce.
Right.
No, I'm
Come on,
not.
Bruce.
I'm getting out of there. That's it. I'm out. I am out. Lisa, because of you.
Thank you. Good.
Bruce, I'm sorry, but we're out of time, so we don't get to hear about your hair care tips.
Okay.
That might...
J-Dub, I'm being totally honest here. I've been cutting my own hair since the pandemic.
Really?
Yes, this is me. Hence the name Barber.
I'm just glad you haven't poked yourself in the eye with the scissors, man.
Clippers.
Yeah.
I got a set of clippers.
Put the ball in your head and off you go, right?
It's the Flowbee.
Yeah.
It's all the Flowbee.
Great.
Lisa, thanks again for being here.
Thanks for having me.
For Lisa and for Bruce Barber, I'm J.W. Stewart. Thanks for watching Charger 360, telling the stories of the University of New Haven. If you're interested in being a guest on the show, please email us. You can email bbarber@newhaven.edu or jstewart@newhaven.edu. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time on Charger 360.